Are some college athletes employees with a right to employee pay?
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by UKG. UKG is a partner that delivers HR, pay, time, and culture solutions designed to help build a great workplace for everyone. UKG, our purpose is people.
I'm David Brancaccio. A federal court has called into question another piece of the college sports model. A 3-judge panel has concluded that many college athletes are likely employees, not amateur students, and may be protected under federal minimum wage laws. Marketplace's Nova Safo has more.
Yeah, David, they're chipping away at that model. This case is between current and former National Collegiate Athletic Association Division I athletes and participating universities and the NCAA itself. If this ruling stands, it would move forward a 2021 Supreme Court decision that college athletes can profit from their name, image, and likeness. That was about sharing in the spoils of celebrity. Now, a panel of the Third Circuit Court of Appeals in Philadelphia, which cited that Supreme Court decision, has ruled that collegiate athletes deserve scrutiny as to whether the way they participate in school sports programs crosses a threshold into employee status. The key issue being, how much does the school control the students' activities?
What practical effect does this ruling have now?
Well, none right away. The appeals court panel sent the case back to the lower court to figure out a test to determine which student athletes would qualify as employees and which wouldn't. Presumably, that determination itself can be challenged down the road. But the NCAA's position is that this appeals court ruling decision has already gone too far and that it could hurt women's sports, Olympic sports, and sports at HBCUs. But the appeals court said, why shouldn't participating athletes get paid at least a minimum wage, David?
All right. Some prominent tech companies had a bad Thursday, pushing stock in artificial intelligence chip company NVIDIA down 5.6%. Tesla fell 8.4%. The NASDAQ index itself fell nearly 2% after its all-time high this week. But this morning, NASDAQ futures are down less than 0.1%. S&P and Dow futures are little changed. AT&T has disclosed it was hacked, a big one, including records of calls and texts for nearly all of its 109 million customer accounts. This is different from an earlier AT&T hack we'd covered. This time it's mobile customers, landline customers, nearly everyone. The FBI is investigating, and at least one person's been arrested. AT&T says it has found no evidence the data was actually released or used. Telephone stock is down 1.5% in pre-market trading now.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Progressive. Progressive Commercial Insurance protects small businesses with customizable coverage options as unique as your business. More at progressivecommercial.com. And by C3 Generative AI. Verified, traceable answers, secure, hallucination-free, LLM-agnostic, IP liability-free. Learn more at c3.ai.
Australia is sometimes called a migration nation. A third of its population was born abroad. Now, that said, disabled people or those with medical conditions are often not welcome. The rules are so strict that many foreigners with disabilities or medical conditions are routinely denied an Australian visa, and those already living in Australia face the threat of being told to leave. But there's pressure for change, as the BBC's Australia correspondent Katie Watson reports from the city of Perth.
He's only just learnt to walk, but 2-year-old Luca is already kicking a ball like a pro. Born in Australia, this is home. Mum Laura and Dad Dante moved here from Scotland 8 years ago for jobs that Australia desperately needs. Laura's a nursery teacher, Dante a painter-decorator. But the life they've built here could be pulled from them in an instant. Luca was born with cystic fibrosis. Australia says because of that, they can't stay here permanently. He's a burden.
I just feel really, really sorry for him. Like, he's just a defenceless 2.5-year-old, and, you know, he just doesn't deserve to be discriminated in that way.
Whoa! Hi, Sky!
The sticking point is Luca's treatment. Australia says it will cost around $1.3 million. The family are now appealing against the decision. If they lose, they'll have to leave the country.
It's like, we're here for you when you need us, but, you know, when the roles are reversed and we need you, it's like, no, sorry, costs too much money.
Australia's actively looking for migrant workers to fill skills gaps. Police forces across the country want British officers to sign up. Their promotional videos show officers on beach patrols in sand buggies and living the dream. They make up just some of the 30,000 Brits who moved to Australia last year.
No butter. No butter.
Claire Day is hoping to be one of them. She's worked for London's Metropolitan Police for 21 years. She has 2 job offers, one from Queensland's Police Service and another from South Australia. But even if they want her, she won't get in. Her younger daughter, Darcy, has Down syndrome.
I had hoped that it wouldn't be an issue because she doesn't have any medical problems. She's fit and she's healthy and she goes to school. It's a bit bittersweet, really, because the likelihood of me being granted a visa is pretty much 0.
It doesn't matter if you were born here, how long you've lived here, if you have private health insurance, or even if you can pay for the support yourself. If your health and welfare costs could exceed 86,000 Australian dollars over a maximum of 10 years, that's around 60,000 US dollars, you fail the medical requirement. While you can apply for a waiver and appeal, not all visas give you that option. In 2019, the UN warned Australia its policies could be discriminating against disabled migrants and their families.
Yorkshire lass Barbara Porrish, the millionth new citizen to enter Australia since the war, is welcome to Melbourne.
Australia's got form when it comes to strict and historically racist immigration policies. Immigration lawyer Jan Gothard explained.
Most people think of the White Australia policy or immigration restriction in terms of people of colour, and those racist provisions have been removed, but the Disability Discrimination Act did not get rid of the disability and health discriminations. We still treat people with disability in the same way as we did in 1901. And we think they're not people who are welcome in Australia.
The Immigration Minister wouldn't give us an interview. Their department did say, though, the government was reviewing the health requirements. Jan Gothard is part of a group called Welcoming Disability. They made a submission to that review, calling for an overhaul of the law to make it easier for disabled migrants or those with health conditions to move to Australia.
Oh, look, it's always the winner.
Laura and Dante now just have to wait. They're hoping they can win their case on compassionate grounds. Campaigners, meanwhile, are waiting for news on improved government policies. Their hope that discriminating against disability will soon be a thing of the past.
Katie Watson is with our newsroom partners at the BBC. I'm David Brancaccio. You're listening to the Marketplace Morning Report. From APM, American Public Media.